So this is one of a series of 15 videos which are going to go through the interactions between each driver that remained in the race and their race engineer. You're going to hear this same intro at the beginning of every video, and the reason is there will be people that do not see all of these videos and they need to understand the dynamics of what is going on. The safety car rules in Formula One are there for a reason. All of the teams know it, and hence we can determine the validity of what their interactions are with their drivers on the grounds of knowing these regulations. Now, this is what the regulations of Formula One are all about and what they're for. Nicholas Latifi, the blue dot here, is about to crash at turn 14. At that very moment in time, Lewis Hamilton is the race leader, and he is located where I'm trying to wet the cursor in between turn 8 and turn 9. The car on track behind Lewis Hamilton is the orange dot of Lando Norris. Now, Lando Norris is in 8th position in that race, as you will see from the list down the right-hand side of the screen. Lando Norris, in 8th, is still trying to challenge for 7th and 6th and 5th because they're all still racing. That's the dynamics of the sport. 7th position relative to Norris in 8th is Pierre Gasly, the grey dot here, approaching turn 9. And the gap between Norris and Gasly is under 12 seconds. When a safety incident happens, racing is neutralised for all competitors. The safety car comes out on track, it collects the leader, and all of the competitors bunch behind that leader, which means Pierre Gasly here, the grey dot, disappears off around the track and ultimately will catch this snake of cars that is travelling behind the safety car. This leaves Norris, who is directly behind the leader, now the best part of a lap behind Gasly, the guy who is previously challenging. You cannot allow a safety incident and the requirement to clear that incident safely to cause a competitor to essentially lose a lap on the guy that they were racing against. Some of those gaps have been reduced down to next to nothing, giving people that were chasing the guy in front a huge advantage. At the same time, you cannot allow somebody who was 12 seconds behind the guy that they were chasing to now be almost a lap behind them. So what you have to do, you have to carry out the regulations, a mandatory procedure whereby once that track is declared safe, and by being declared safe, you have to clear any car that was on the track, sweep away the debris, and check the crash barriers to make sure that they're capable of performing their job should a similar incident occur. Once it has been declared safe, you carry out the procedure, which is to release the cars that have been lapped, those which qualify. There is a qualifying criteria as to the point in time you'd been lapped, meaning that if during that safety car period, after the safety car has passed the safety car line for the second time, if you then get yourself lapped, then you're not eligible to unlap. Providing you're eligible to unlap, you are required to be past the leader and the safety car, and that safety car must remain out on track for at least one further lap, and it's at least one further lap, to enable those released cars the opportunity of making it all the way around the track and catching the back of that safety car snake. The purpose is stated in the regulations. That is what it's there for. It's to restore sporting fairness to all competitors. So from being in this position of Norris in 8th and the car he was challenging in 7th, this far ahead, after the safety car is deployed and after several laps of that, we end up with this situation, which is all cars bunched up behind the safety car, which will be ahead of Hamilton. Here is the orange dot of Norris, which is now in 7th position because 3rd position at the time was Perez, who retired. Okay, so Norris is now in 7th, having been bumped up a position, but 6th place Gasly is now here. So now, in order to try to catch Gasly, Norris would have to try to make it all the way around here, all the way around the track, just to have a chance of challenging for 6th position. When previously, 6th position, the place ahead of him was just 12 seconds away. Hence the safety car regulations, which in 2021 they were 48.12. Sports commentators lie about the purpose of those regulations. They tell you, oh, it's to get these lapped cars out of the way of the race between the leaders. I have produced countless examples to demonstrate that that is entirely false. All of the teams know the reasons. All of the drivers know the reasons. We will now go through each of those drivers' interactions with their race engineers to see what is real and what is contrived, and which teams are complicit with what went on with the race director breaking the rules of the sport to set up that last lap shootout. Okay, in future videos in this series, you can probably skip the first 5 minutes having heard that, because it's going to be the same in each of the videos, just for anybody that's new to the channel that doesn't really understand the purpose of the safety car rules. You can't blame them because the media has lied to them. So, the first video we're going to do is Mick Schumacher, the car that was duelling with Latifi prior to Latifi crashing. Now, at some point, we'll backtrack on this because that could well have been highly choreographed. We've got to bear in mind that Mick Schumacher clearly didn't look like he had the talent to be in Formula One. We've seen numerous drivers come to the sport since Mick Schumacher has, and they've performed far better than him. And yet, Mick Schumacher got employed in the role of the Mercedes reserve driver, their test driver. Funny how you're still linked with Mercedes, Mick Schumacher. So, what we've got here, I'm going to show you the split screen. Look, we've got 1:28:20 on the timestamp, and this gives you a rough indication. It's not going to be perfectly in sync. I will struggle to do that on each one of these, but it will give you a rough indication of where these cars are on track. You have Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi coming around turn 13. This shows you the view from his cockpit, okay, coming around turn 13, which I will ultimately have to play there so that we're not showing their footage. And you can see 1:28:20. I'm going to hit the play here, the play there, and then you can listen to the communications between Mick Schumacher and his race engineer through uninterrupted through to the end of the race. So here goes.
There will be a safety car.
Yeah, okay, understood. Keep pushing for now. You're okay behind. Safety car, get 0 on the positive on the delta time. Positive on the delta time.
What's slow?
It's a free stop. We're going to box for C5, Mick, and we're going to put on the bit of flap we need for it.
Copy. Do you want mode slow?
Okay, mode slow, yeah, so Latifi crashed.
Yeah, that's all.
I guess she had a good seat, okay. Awesome driving, Mick, awesome defending. Okay, so it'll be 5 laps to go at the line. Sainz is 7 behind, he'll be a blue, but so we're going to box at the end of this lap. We're going to put a fresh tyre on and just push to the end.
Copy.
Okay, Mick, we can go sock 5, sock 5. Okay, so we'll stay left in turn 14. Okay, double yellow through there, stay to the left. We're going to box, just be legal on delta time until you get into the pit lane. You can go mode T4. Box now, Mick, box now.
Copy.
Okay, remember hold brake pressure, mode race start.
Is he okay though?
All okay. Okay, when you're back on track, get back to positive on the delta time for the safety car. Okay, get plus on delta time as soon as you can, and we'll go to mode slow. Okay, that's one time by, so we're obeying the delta time still.
Okay, on pools and stuff, where do you want to go?
Yep, good, I'll come back to you. So diff 22, please.
Copy.
We'll go EB5. Okay, so you're good on delta time. Safety car is in turn 4 now. Once we've gone by twice, we'll be able to catch up to the pack. And we can go shape 3, shape 3. Still double yellow and stay hard to the left in turn 14.
Okay.
Okay, that's twice by, so we can build some temp by pushing to get up with the pack. The pack is going into 6. BC1, BC1 when you can.
How many laps are left?
Okay, when we go by, it will be 3 laps remaining. And it's still double yellow there. Okay, so that's 3 laps remaining in the race. So the safety car is going into 5, so you're at the back of the pack now. The car we're racing is Stroll. You're in P15, he's in P14. He also has a new C5 on. Okay, in terms of blues, you have Sonoda behind and then Gasly. So you'll have 2 blues at the beginning. Stroll will have 3 blues, and then he'll have the 2 blues that you let through, so he has a much worse blue situation. Same with Ricciardo, who's directly ahead of him, so there's a chance with those guys when they're taking the blues. And nobody's going to be unlapping themselves, so this will be the position we'll restart in. 2 cars ahead of you is Bottas and Sainz, and then you have Stroll, Ricciardo who are racing. and you have no one behind who are racing. The 2 cars behind will be Blues, Tsunoda and Gasly.
Will I have to let them buy it, the safety car restart, or can I do my safety car restart normal?
When once the restart happens, you'll immediately get the blue note, I think.
Okay.
But the more efficient you do it, the better, because the guys ahead will have more to do with them, so you should be able to deal with that better.
Is it Valtteri in front of me?
That's correct. And he's in P4 in the race, and the cars behind Tsunoda Gasly are P5 and P6.
What's the race order?
P1 Hamilton, P2 Verstappen, P3 Sainz, P4 Bottas, then Tsunoda Gasly.
Copy.
Two laps to go, 2 laps. So that means it's going to be a 1 lap dash. So I think you'll just have to let the Blues by quickly and then just stay right on their tail and do a better job than the other guys ahead letting Blues through.
Copy.
Okay, brake temps are good. Just try and give yourself a little more tire temp. I see you're doing it. So the restart will do it in mode W. That's the best performance we have right now. And then you'll have K1 available at the end.
Copy.
Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Okay, so we're going to be racing Stroll and Ricciardo. You have the 2 Blues behind. Get ready for the Blues. You go to mode W. You can go to mode W now. Safety car in this lap. Hamilton has the field. Okay, mode W, mode W. You can do it now. Okay, blue flag for those cars behind, blue flag. Okay, Stroll's coming back to you right now. Checkered flag, Mick, checkered flag. Good race, man, and Verstappen won right there at the end. Really awesome, Mick, really good. You can go mode slow, mode slow. So Verstappen beat Hamilton, and third was Sainz.
Copy.
That was awesome defending, Mick. Really good on a much older tyre. Really good race, buddy. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, one day. Practice makes king.
Yeah, you gotta build up to it. Just build him for the future. Davide says thank you.
That's right. You're welcome, Davide. Grazie per tutti, ragazzi. Era stata una stagione molto bellissima. Grazie. And now in English, thank you so much for everything, guys. It's been an absolutely incredible year, learning and being with you guys. So it's been definitely a great first year, and I'm much looking forward to next year with hopefully some nice battles.
Yep, thanks a lot, Mick. It's been a real pleasure for all of us, and you put all your bits together here in this race and used all your tools and did a great job. Can't wait till next year with a better car. Thanks, buddy. Okay, Mick, box now. Box now. See you soon. Remember P1, wait 3 seconds, P0.
Copy.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave that running for a second, just in case there's any more audio. But he will probably unplug. Well, they tend to unplug, and then that's it. It remains silent. It's gone about silent. So we're 144. Many of you will have picked up that there was a lot wrong there. The race engineer was not in any way concerned about the breaking of the rules. He was not in any way concerned that Mick Schumacher was not enabled to be on the back of Lance Stroll to be able to challenge Lance Stroll on the restart. But what I'm going to do, rather than elongate this video, I'm going to go through that again and pick out all of the elements that are necessary in a further analysis. By all means, go in and go through that and make comments in the comment section of the things that you identify that aren't correct, aren't in accordance with the rules of the sport from that HAAS team in how they communicate what is going to go on with Mick Schumacher. That's not in accordance with the rules of the sport. And rather than be dismayed by that, that team has just gone with it. What does that indicate? That would indicate that they are compliant, complicit with the rules of the sport being broken to facilitate an ending. So that is the role that the HAAS team is playing in this entire show. They were happy for the rules to be broken, and they didn't call it out and they didn't object. That's complicit. That'll do on this one. Analysis to come soon. Cheers.